Hey everyone, so today I am going to share with you my favorite roll-out cookie dough recipe. It is so delicious, so hopefully you guys will give it a try. It is so versatile. You just leave the dough in the fridge and you can just slice off a chunk whenever you want to make, 6, 12 cookies. You don't have to get all fancy every time. Sometimes just cut them out and sprinkle on some sugar. They're delicious. So get out your rolling pins, people. We are going to make some turkey leg cutout cookies for Thanksgiving. I know my grandkids are gonna love them, so thanks for cooking the Julie way. Or I guess baking the Julie way this time. Okay everyone, let's get mixing. If you're using a stand mixer, use your paddle attachment. Otherwise, your hand mixer, just use your regular beaters. We're going to add 2 cups of granulated sugar to our bowl, and then we are going to add 3 sticks of soft butter, or 1.5 cups. Mix well and cream. Halfway through, make sure and scrape the bowl, and then continue to cream your mixture. This is a very important step, so make sure it's very creamy and very mixed. Then we are going to add 4 room temperature eggs, 1 at a time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we are going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. From there, we are going to add 5 cups of all-purpose flour into a bowl, along with 2 teaspoons of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of salt. Go ahead and whisk that together. This will take care of any sifting that might need to be done with the recipe. We are going to add 1 spoonful at a time. Have your mixer on low. Once it gets incorporated, you can turn your mixer to medium. The dough will be very thick. Then clean your paddle and your bowl and put it on top of your cling wrap, which you have on your counter. We're going to wrap this up and chill it in the fridge. Okay everyone, we have the cookie dough. It has been chilled in the fridge, and I am just going to cut a chunk off of it. It works better if it is chilled a little bit. So we'll just take our little cutter here, and you just want to cut off manageable pieces. So let's do this one. And here is our turkey leg cookie cutter. Flour your surface. I mean, you don't want too much. And now this is cold, so I'm gonna break that in half. So you kind of have to get it a little pliable, kind of like playing with Play-Doh. So just get it a little bit pliable. I think that looks good. And then we'll get some flour down. You don't want too much flour, but you don't want it to stick either. So the best thing that I like to do is kind of just press it down onto the side over here. Get it as flat as you can. And then in the center here, we'll just start rolling. And this is so fun to do with your kids. You can, make the dough up in advance and, just really make any kind of cookies. If you don't have any cookie cutters, just use a glass. Turn it upside down, flour it a little bit, the rim, and just cut out circles. Anyway, we're just going to cut out these little turkey legs, which are so cute. And this is about the thickness you want them to be. So, put your pan with parchment paper, and we're just going to cut them out and get them all lined up, and then we're going to put them in the oven. And so if you kind of it's almost like playing Tetris, you have to get as many cutouts as you can in one roll of the dough. It just makes it easier for you. Now you could do I have turkey cutters and all that, but I just thought it would be cute to bring a platter of turkey legs to my grandbabies for Thanksgiving. So we'll just take this dough. Now that it's a little softer, it's a little easier. Put down a little bit more flour. Flatten it out as flat as you can get it with your hand. It always seems to help better. Flip it over, and now you don't have to ice all of these either. You can sprinkle sugar on them or do whatever you want. You know, I just make round cookies. I have this whole set of round cutters, and I just make some round cookies, and sometimes I'm just craving for 1 or 2 cookies, and that's what I make. So I think I'm gonna do like 9 on each one, and then we'll put them in the oven. Okay, so we still have a chunk left, and I'm just going to rewrap it in the saran wrap that it was in. I always like to double wrap them, especially if you're keeping them in the fridge. You don't want any odors to get on them, like from an onion or something. And this is it. So now the next time we want to make some cookies, we just pull this out. And this little hunk here would probably get you at least 1.5 dozen of cookies, depending on the size, or maybe even 2 dozen, depending on the size of cookie. So you can date it or write sugar cookies, but you know, if it's in your fridge, you should know. So I just put that little bit that I couldn't roll out and get a whole nother turkey leg out of just on the top, and that's it. So we'll meet you back here when all the cookies are done. Normally these are in the oven at 350 for around 10 minutes, and you can just see how nice and brown they are. And the reason how you can tell to take them out is that the edges are just barely getting brown, just barely. And when you can see that, then you know that they're done. But most of the time, 10 minutes is all it takes. Okay, so I have these 4 oddballs that are left that are not fitting onto the sheet, so I'm just going to put them on this little toaster oven tray, and I'm going to throw it into the oven. But I thought I would show you, you don't always have to ice cookies. You can sometimes sugar them, and so I'm just going to put some white sugar right on the ends for like the turkey bone. And it looks like a lot, but you know, they do spread out, and you just want to have that real nice look. And this is just your regular table granulated sugar. And then I have some gold colored sprinkles and sanding sugar. So we're just gonna put that on the turkey leg, which is a cookie. And there you have it. They are so cute. Okay everyone, our cookies are all cut out. We made our turkey legs. We baked them in the oven, and they're just this nice golden brown at the bottom, and they're all cooled off. And I thought the sugar ones turned out really cute. I think I'll do more sugar ones next year, just because they were so easy, and it's things that you have already pre-made. So anyway, those are adorable. So next we're going to ice the plain old cutouts, and I have your typical roll icing right here. It's pretty basic. I always like to have some in the fridge. I keep it in the fridge, and then when I'm going to use it, I'll bring it out to room temperature. So this is at room temperature, and a little bit of this goes a long way. So we have a little dish here, and what I'm going to do is just put some in here, and we're going to dye it brown so we can ice the turkey legs. And I have an angled spatula. Now there are different types of food coloring. The best thing, if you're going to invest in, you know, icing cookies, and you're going to do a lot of baking and stuff, I recommend getting gels. You can get a box of your primary colors. There's 12 of them in there. They go from yellow, green, black, brown, orange, red, blue, pink, flesh tone, and then you have sky blue, fuchsia, and violet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of brown in there and a little bit of flesh tone, and you want to shake these up so you get all of the colors, kind of like fingernail polish. Okay, so we have our flesh tone color, and sometimes I just like to put just a little bit on the back of your spatula. You don't need very much. We have very little roll icing here. And I'm just going to mix that in first. We're going to try to get that perfect brown color. And then we'll do a couple drops of the brown. That was a pretty big drop, so we'll just start from there. And you just mix till you get your perfect color. So what you want to do is just get a little bit on your spatula, and we're just going to get it there, and we're going to drag it up. You can go around it. There you have it. So we'll go through all of these turkey legs. We'll get all the bones iced out. And then I'll meet you back here and we'll do the brown. Okay, our cookies are ready. Just go ahead, you'll see this little spot right below the bone. You're almost like making a heart, getting a little bit on your spatula on the end. Just getting it right to the edge and dragging it in. Then from there you can take the extra icing and smear it around. Find the best way that works for you. Maybe it'd work getting the bottom done first, but whatever's easiest. You can't screw these up because as soon as they see how cute they are and how delicious they are, that's all they're gonna care about.